This is 2013 AP Calc FRQ number 1. Number 1A asks you to find g prime of 5. So first you have to find the derivative of g of t and plug in 5 to the equation. So for g prime of 5, I got negative 24.588 tons per hour squared. And then the number negative 24.588 represents the rate in which the gravel is being added. And then since it's negative, it shows that the number of gravel is decreasing by 24.588 tons per hour squared at t equals 5 because they asked for g prime of 5. And g prime of x represents the slope, if it's increasing or decreasing. And then for B, it asks you to find the total amount of unprocessed gravel that arrives at the plant during the hours of operations. So what I did was I found the integral of g of t dt from 0 to 8. Since g of t is the rate, if you find the integral of g of t, it's going to tell you the amount of number of gravels. So I did integral of g of t from 0 to 8 and got 825.551 tons. And then for C, it's asking whether the unprocessed gravel at the plant is increasing or decreasing at time t equals 5. For C, I did g of 5, so I plugged in 5 to g of t because it's asking at t equals 5 hours. So I plugged in 5 to g of t and then got 981.141. And then since it says that the plant processed gravel at a constant rate of 100 tons per hour, so I said the amount of gravel is decreasing because when I calculate the real numbers that were being processed, the number of unprocessed being added is less than being processed since they processed 100 gravels per hour, but they only have 98.141 being added. They're going to be decreasing. The gravels number is going to be decreasing. And then for D, it asks you to find the maximum amount of unprocessed gravel at the plant. So you have to find the absolute maximum of this function. So for this, I did a prime of t equals 0. So I did gt minus 10 to the 0 equals 0. And I got t equals 4.923. And then I also have to include the time interval. So I added 0 and 8 since they're the endpoints. I added 0 and 8 and include the t, which makes the a of prime of t equals 0. So I did 0, 8, 4.923 and got the highest number at 4.923. So the maximum is a 4.923.